Cliches. They come in many forms, such as the "it was all a dream" ending, to the cold open, put me to the homage, to the flashbacks, and of course, another name for these is tropes. And that's what this series is going to be about. Welcome to the pilot episode of the Trope Show. The show where I'm going to talk about tropes, obviously. And where better to start than the trope of... Hey guys, and welcome back to the Trope Show. And we're going to get right on with the swearing tropes. Now, on tvtropes.org, this category of tropes is actually called "These Tropes Need to Watch Their Language." So swearing is obviously saying words that aren't very nice and that are designed to hurt people's feelings and insult them. And it is no different in the land of fiction from what it is in real life. Although they might use made up words in certain TV shows and films, depending on the genre or whatever, depending. So, now, I think I should just get this out of the way. But censorship should also be covered as part of this episode. Because in South Park, they used to have to censor the earliest episodes. And this would be because of the swearing. In which case there'd be real swear words under the beeps. Now, of course, in the world of YouTube, certain YouTubers who are satirical game reviewers or media reviewers in general might use swear words to get their points across in a satirical manner. And they might get creative with how they use them. Take James Rolfe as the AVGN, for example. How his character in the videos might refer to an old game as a shitload of fuck. No, I'm not ripping him off, I'm just mentioning it. Okay. And he might exclaim how he'd rather eat the rotten arsehole of a roadkill skunk, and he'd rather down that with beer. Yes, okay. But that's all part of his character. Case in point, Doug Walker. Oh yes, I'm going there. The nostalgia critic. He would go over the top with his anger and his nostalgic reviews of TV shows, films, you know, and he would swear in those. Now, but there are certain ways swear words may be delivered, pardon me, that might make them sound the opposite of what they actually are. Take, for example, the trope of innocent swearing. Now, this is when a young character, most notably a child, might repeat a swear word that they have heard from someone else and innocently ask what it means. An example, in Donnie Darko, Donnie and Elizabeth are fighting at the dinner table, and because Donnie calls Elizabeth, his older sister, a fuck-ass, this then causes Samantha, the younger sister, to ask, "What's a fuck-ass?" Now, Samantha is 10 years old in the first movie, as we know from the second one. And because she didn't understand what that was, she asked. Now, I think the most creative way to swear would be to make up a word that appears to have the same meaning as a swear word. And this is what children's media might do. So, a case in point, the story of Womps in Recess sees TJ getting into trouble for using the word womps, which is a word he came up with 2 years earlier to get himself, or to keep himself out of trouble for swearing. Now, because Miss Finster and Principal Prickly consider the word a swear, they ban it from use in school. And anyone who uses it has to go straight to the principal's office, and it's an automatic detention level. Now, as we're covering censorship in this as well, certain kids' shows have covered the issue of swearing and how hurtful it can be to the extent that before, and they've actually used sound effects, as in the beep sound effects, over what would appear to be ordinary words. Now, Arthur became one of the first children's shows to actually cover this issue in the episode Bleep. And they used the bleep sensor to great effect in the episode. Although exactly what they're saying under the beep is never revealed. So, it's just, well. So, what are some other kids' shows that have done this in the past? Well, SpongeBob SquarePants. The episode Sailor Mouth has to do with SpongeBob and Patrick learning an apparent swear word off the dumpster behind Krusty Krabs. And when they say it over the restaurant's intercom, they get into trouble. Now, every time it's uttered, well, they learn 13 words that you should never say. And every time one of these words is uttered, a different marine sound effect can be heard censoring over the word. Powerpuff Girls, episode Curses. When Bubbles hears Professor Utonium saying a bad word, out of frustration, she repeats it thinking it's a pretty word. So Blossom then reasons it to be an adjective, something used to lend emphasis to a word. So the girls start saying it everywhere they go, and every time it's said, a different noise can be heard censoring it. And it could be, and depending on where they are, say in the classroom, the sound of the bell can be is a sensor. In the kitchen at home, the sound of the kettle going off. In the street, I think it's like the sound of car horns. And in the mayor's office, it's the sound of the jar smashing. Okay. Now, Dexter's Laboratory also had an episode along these lines called Rude Removal. And it would just be beep, beep, beep every time something is said. But now, the controversy over this. Yeah, right, here we go. The script for that episode actually did have swear words written into it. And as such, there is a fully uncensored cut of the episode. Because the episode was originally meant to air on Adult Swim. So I've already talked about the recess example, so there's no need to go over that again. So, okay, what about making up an entire different language and making up swear words for that language? Well, Farscape. Okay, Farscape would be the best example to use here, because every swear word they use in Farscape is given an equivalent meaning to a real-world swear word. So, Frel is basically the word fuck in that universe. Dren is shit. It doesn't even sound like the word. I mean, come on. It might as well just be any word. But you get the picture. If you don't, you're throwing pieces of Dren. Okay. And okay, one more example from Farscape. Mivonks means I'm not gonna say it. Okay. You can guess what word that is by the noise I made. Okay. Okay, does Harry Potter have any equivalent bad words? Well, not for actual swear words as such, but they do have mudblood, which is a derogatory term for muggle-born witches and wizards. And it has the same connotations as a certain racial slur in this universe, in our own world, which I'm not going to use because I'm not. The N-word. But I'm not going to say it. And they also have the slur blood traitor, which is what they use for pureblood wizards who fraternize with muggles and like everything about them. Now, only the pureblood elitist wizards use these terms. I'm looking at you, Malfoys. Okay. And any other dark pureblood wizard. So... Now, The Simpsons actually manages to skirt around this by creative censorship, but they're not really known for bad language in The Simpsons. They might use a couple of words now and then, but they'll get around their usage by explaining what the words actually mean. So, for example, in the episode Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?, Bart uses the word bastard to identify Homer's half-brother as a child born to unmarried parents. Well, that is technically what the word means. We don't use it to mean that anymore. So... And also, using the word bitch to describe a female dog, which actually is what a bitch is. So... Santa's Little Helper's girlfriend at the time. Me and Santa's Little Helper used to be a team, but he doesn't want to hang around anymore since his bitch moved in. Bart, don't ever say that word again. That's what she is. I looked it up. I better check with the dictionary. It feels like a mistake. No, it's not a mistake. That is the word for a female dog. Okay. But most of the words they do use in The Simpsons are very mild. Ones that we wouldn't normally consider swears over here in the UK. Now, of course, that's my favourite form of non-swear swearing, and that's just to substitute other words for the swear words. Say, for example, so I'm using this from real life experience. For example, although in The Good Place, they use this as a form of censorship for real swear words, okay? Because it's set in a version of heaven and you can't swear. In The Good Place, every time a character swears, it's replaced with a different word. So you get fork for fuck, sheet for shit, and so on. So, seriously guys, you're a late night primetime sitcom. What the fork is up with you? Okay. We don't want to be spoon-fed euphemisms. Get your sheet together and put actual forking swear words in. The show's over now. It was cancelled after 4 seasons, but you know. You pieces of sheet. Stop trying to piece us off. I can't believe I'm covering that as part of this episode on swearing and censorship, TV edits of movies are the biggest culprits of this, but they dub swear words over with other words. So, such is the case for the TV edit of Snakes on a Plane, where Samuel L. Jackson's character loudly proclaims that he's had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane. No. That is actually an edit from a TV version of the film. Go and watch it. Okay. Or a TV edit of Die Hard, where John McClane proclaims, "Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon." Or Waterworld, in which Kevin Costner's character clearly states, "That guy's like a toilet that won't flush." So what are the actual lines that are being censored here in these three examples? Well, the last one is actually, "That guy's like a turd that won't flush." Seriously, you can't say the word turd? You turd burgers have no idea that it's not actually a bad word, right? Okay. The example of the snakes on a plane is actually, "I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane." So, and of course the Die Hard one is actually the world's famous, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker." Now, Gone with the Wind in 1939 was actually the first film to feature a swear word in it at the time. Which swear word was this, you might be wondering? Was it shit or fuck or bitch or bastard? No, it was damn, which for the time was considered rough. So, okay. And it was from Clark Gable to Scarlett Johansson, I think. Did I just do that? Seriously? Scarlett O'Hara, sorry. Scarlett Johansson in a 1939 film? Seriously? What the fudge am I doing? Okay. The line is, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn." Anyway, so guys, I think that will be it for this topic before things get out of hand. And if you want more, then frankly, my dear viewers, I don't give a damn. The next topic of tropes I'm going to cover is catchphrases. So, If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have us a magical time.